none of us like to be wrong, right? And it doesn't feel good when you're wrong. But your challenge trader is to learn to separate, the mission from your pride, right?
So do you have a hard time doing a stop and reverse? This is effectively, for those everybody who's watching, sort of what's known as a stop and reverse, where the trader trades one pattern or one setup. That setup is failing, but he's sort of completely neutral in his market bias. And when he sees the setup failing one way, he's perfectly comfortable taking the setup the other way. Because clearly the market wants to go, he sort of, his focus is just on where is the likeliest movement of the market rather than where am I going to, I want to be right. Is this something that you've come naturally to you, or is this something that you've had to really teach yourself to do?
Yeah, so it's something that I teach my students all the time, and it's something that I had to learn the hard way. Look, traders, and so the goal here is to make money. At the end, to make money. So whether I'm right about a call or wrong about a call, the real question is, did I make any money? Because I can be the best analyst in the world, I can have every single prediction work out perfectly, but if I don't have my trader psychology in order, and if I don't have my risk management in order, then it's not translated to being a good trader. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And the two are not the same thing all the time.
So what does it mean to you to have a trader psychology in order? What does that mean to you? Yeah,
it just literally just taking the emotion out of the equation, right? The markets are a very emotional place, and that's, to be honest, most traders fail. Everybody knows that, right? Most new traders. The reason that the primary reason, aside from lack of education, poor risk management, and the rest of it, one of the primary reasons is trader psychology. They don't have a handle on their trader psychology, and the desire, none of us like to be wrong, right? And it doesn't feel good when you're wrong. But your challenge trader is to learn to separate, the mission from your pride, right?
So is there any psychological tricks that you have that help you to separate the mission from your pride? And this sounds like it's a very interesting approach. It's almost, were you ever in the military, or is this, I mean, it sounds like a sort of a something that a Marine Corps guy would focus on.
No, I was never in the military, but I'm really thankful for my culinary background in this regard, because in a kitchen, things go wrong. It happens.
Yes, as I well know.
If you fall apart. Say again?
Yeah, as I said, as I well know, because I've spent my fair time in a kitchen.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. I've actually find
absolutely.
Have you ever,
things go wrong.
Just sort of a side note, I'm old enough to have actually been in, to have been on the pit, not been in the pits, visited the pits, because I've never traded in the pits, but I'm old enough to have visited the pits many times, and I always found that the kitchen of the restaurant and the pits of the Chicago Mercantile Exchange were very similar environments where there was more than once have I seen knives flying and pans, going across the walls, where pandemonium reeks. But yeah, so back to that kind of very high stress. Right? Sorry?
I said, and that was in the pits. You saw that, right?
That was in the pits, right? Yes, exactly. So back to your sort of culinary environment, where, as you say, focusing on the mission, which is the next task at hand. So the server drops that dish that you've been cooking for half an hour. Oh, sorry. I think, did we lose Chris for a second? Chris, are you there?
What I always say to my traders is, what you have to accept from day one is that you're going to lose.
Right. But I guess my question is, how do you, how is it that is it by saying I'm focusing on my mission that you're able to create that necessary psychological distance to be able to do the right thing? Is there any particular tricks that you could share with us that have helped you over the years?
Big one. Meditation is a big one. I like to meditate. I like to go on walks and meditate before a trading session. The other thing is, be disciplined about use to the markets. one of the biggest things that will trap you up psychologically is if you spend all day staring at charts. You shouldn't. You should have a start time for your trading, and you should have an end time for your trading, just like any other work day.
Interesting. That's so structure, rhythm, and meditation. Those are interesting. Take us.